Welcome today to Woodman's Math videos, and we're going to look at the quadratic formula today. And the question is likely to say, can you solve this quadratic equation? I've used g's this time as opposed to the x's just for a little change. Where does it cross the x-axis? That's the objective of the question. Now, in order to do this, you've got to find out where the a value, the b value, and the c value are. The a value always goes in front of the squared term. The b value always goes in front of the single letter. And the c value is the constant all on its own. So I've got an a value of 8, a b value of -9, and a c value of -4. I've decided to choose these negatives just to make you aware of the slight difficulties that might arise using it in the formula. Now, I've already written this out to save time, but that formula is on your formula sheet. That's what the FS stands for. So we've got minus b, positive or negative, the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You might notice that I'm putting the b value here in a bracket, and I'm putting the 4ac also in a bracket, and that's to protect you from the negatives that I've put in the question. I'm then going to substitute my a value and my b value and c value, and I'm going to drop them into the formula. Please notice it's negative b, so there's the negative, and I'm placing the b value in the bracket. I'm placing the b value inside the bracket here, and I'm placing the 4ac values inside the bracket. Okay, so be careful. Just to make that a little bit tighter, I'm going to put a bracket round that b as well. I'm putting it all over 2 times my a value, which is 2 times 8. I'm then going to tidy up those negatives and the brackets. So my minus 9 gives me a positive. Be really careful. -9 in the bracket squared is 81. It's terribly important you put the minus inside the bracket there. And then you've got a 4 times 8 times -4, and that's where the positive comes from here, because you've got a minus here and a minus here. Please be very careful with that. If we tidy that all up, we're going to get a value of 209 inside the square root. That 209 is known as the discriminant. That number inside the square root is known as your discriminant. Now, because we need two values here, I'm going to split the equation in two, because I've got a positive here and I've got a negative here. The positive one, I'm going to come down the left-hand side. The negative one, I'm coming down the right-hand side. I'm just going to rewrite it again, exact same working as I've got here, except I've split the symbol positive and negative. I'm then going to use the fraction button on my calculator. That's the button that looks a little bit like that. I am then, and this is really important for the exam skill, I'm then going to put down the unrounded number for the positive and the unrounded number for the negative. Please make sure you always put the unrounded number down first. And then I'm going to round it to 1.47 and minus 0.34. And that would be if the question asked to round it to 2 decimal places. So my graph, my parabola, is going to cross the x-axis at 1.47 and my x-axis at minus 0.34. They are decimals. That means that you wouldn't be able to factorise the original. That's your quadratic formula. All done. Magic.